Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here with an unboxing and review for the limited run games Alan Wake 2 Collector's Edition for PS5. I don't even know if this was on PS4, if I'm being totally honest, but Limited Run Games has officially delivered the Alan Wake 2 Collector's Edition. I'm very happy to have it. As you can see, I popped it open a little bit, which is actually due to this right here. When it got delivered, I was freaking out. I was like, I have to know if the box is damaged, so I had to cut it open. That was like 2 days ago because I got it on Friday. Currently Sunday for me. Took a minute to actually get this done, but fortunately, the box is fine, at least right here, because I didn't notice until today that there's a divot on the bottom. Hopefully everything's fine. It should be okay. But wanted to just show that off at first because, of course, I like to open these up fresh. I don't like to even officially see the box, even though technically I did because, of course, if you go online, it shows you what everything looks like. But it's been a minute. It's not as long as it normally is when it comes to limited run games, but it's been a little minute. I might have to flip this. It's, ow, that could hurt. But it's worth it for Alan Wake. Ah, glorious. I did take a little bit of damage there, but it protected the art. Now this, I'm excited for. As you can see, right here, we have this is the Alan Wake 1 Collector's Edition. This is the thermos. I did an unboxing review for that, so if you guys want to see it, feel free to check that out. Also, of course, if you guys want to check out my playthrough of Alan Wake 2, you can do that as well as the DLC for Alan Wake 2, both the Night Springs DLC, amazing song by the way, and of course the Lake House DLC, which is the final piece of DLC. Oh, it's embossed. You can feel it. Oh, you can feel that too. It's raised. It's not just the art. It's actually raised. You can feel it. You can feel the letters as well. So all of that is very nice. Not many things in general pull off this specific shade of green. Like I feel like you would call this like maybe pea green. It's a little bit duller than pea green, but it works. I don't know why, but I'm like, I actually like this. Of course, the font that they use, I'm a huge fan of that. I could be mistaken, but I do believe it's Impact font, which is what I use for my stuff. Just saying, I appreciate that. Here we go. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I should have grabbed my batteries because I highly doubt batteries are included. If I got to edit, so be it. Oh, it's got a good grasp. Here we go. Alan Wake 2 Collector's Edition. That's it. We have the introduction. Thank you for purchasing your Alan Wake 2 Collector's Edition. Please take a few minutes to look through this user's guide to familiarize yourself with the product. Specifications includes one removable USB cable as an alternative power source. I did not know that. Requires 2 AAA batteries. Not included, but I do have some, so that's fine. Only use fresh, as usual. Technically also says use only fresh batteries of the required size and recommended type. Do not mix, blah blah blah. Installation. I know how to do batteries and I know stuff. Okay, now here we go. It's right. This right here. This right here. Beautiful. That I would say is the #1 thing for me. Obviously, I own the game, so I didn't really need a copy of the game physical. Although I do have it. Something else I probably should have had sitting back there, but I was just ready to get into this. Of course, the art book. Oh, that's really cool. It just has 2 on it. Very minimal. I like that. We have some plastic bits and oh, okay. Yeah, that's not supposed to have a hole. Like that got somehow like totally destroyed. Fortunately. Oh, it's supposed to be that. Okay. We're good. I was freaking out. I was like, holy crap. But it's got a little wire on it, but the wire is meant to be like that. There's so many bits and pieces. Hold on. This is the main thing. We're just gonna do this right now. So those wires right there with all the little black pieces that are all over the place, these tiny little bits, I was freaking out because I'm like, okay, maybe something actually messed up, but it's fine. It's totally fine, and it looks really good, and it's a good size. I mean, geez. Honestly, that's bigger than I thought it was going to be. I didn't really think about it like playing the actual game where it's like, he's holding this whole thing, but it's like, no, this is huge. This is crazy. Like, that's really crazy. So, of course, when I get the batteries, I'll do a nice little cut later, and we'll go through that, so we'll kind of save that one for the end there. But I will gently put that back. I'm gonna gently lay that down in the back and we'll go through the rest of this stuff. Of course, we have a key, 665 Ocean View Motel, Neighbor of the Beast. We got like a nice little key here, so that's pretty cool. Trying to figure out where the actual opening of this thing is. There we go. I always like the little trinkets. I'm not sure what I'll do with any of these things, but it's definitely nice. Got the little key there, and of course, 665 Ocean View Motel. So that's very cool. I'm sure I'll find some spot to put this. I have my mini shrine, I guess, is where I put my Alan Wake stuff, but I also have a lot of other things up there. Like if you see, kind of this one over here, it's like, we got Resident Evil mostly, and then that's just Snorlax's spot. But all of my other little shelves have something else. So like behind you guys is on the very top of that bookshelf is like my God of War shelf. So it's my God of War collector's editions. And then the only other stuff I have up there, I have like 2 large Funko figures. I have the Tyrant from Resident Evil 1 and then the Armored Titan from Attack on Titan. And then I have 2 Amiibo up there, and it's Bayonetta from Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta from Bayonetta 2. And then over there, that one is my my Back to the Future shrine. It's just all Back to the Future stuff up there. So it's like my 18 different versions of owning the movies on Blu-ray or DVD, and a bunch of other Back to the Future stuff. Not that I really need to open this, but I'm going to do it anyway just to get the actual feel. But we have all of our pins right here. I know you don't care, but I just figured I'd show that off. So we got Coffee World, we got our moose, like that. We got our coffee dude, yeah. And of course, the crazy bear, which I see mostly through memes, oddly enough. If you ever look up like Alan Wake memes, this bad boy comes up fairly often. I also have that saved, which is why I see that meme so often, because I saved that for some of my random, internet-based reactions. But that's very cool. Once again, not a clue where I'm gonna put these. Probably gonna end up saving these. I normally tend to do that with pins, and I keep them nice and safe. So these might end up staying in the box. I really gotta dump out all these little tiny chunks. I don't know what in the world happened here, or it got messed up like this, but I'm gonna show you guys what it actually looks like on the inside, which we'll see if you can see it. You should be able to with the light spot right on it, but if you look, yeah, there you go. Let's just see what, yeah. So I don't know how in the world that happened, but it did. And you can see right, here we go, I'm backwards, but here and here, like something happened that just caused a little bit of disaster, just like a straight line across. Fortunately, it's on the inside, so I'm not like, oh my God, it's messed up. I'm more like, if the outside of the box had like just claw marks and stuff, maybe that would fit for Alan Wake. But if the outside of the box was like really damaged and messed up, that would bother me a whole lot more versus the inside padding that I'm pretty much never going to see anyway. But you can clearly see, like, for some odd reason, it's just like a straight line of something bad happened. I don't know what that was, but didn't damage my lamp. Only caused a little bit of damage on the inside, so we're good there. That's fine. Still weird, but fine. We have our USB here, which actually I can plug this up and we can just use the power from my laptop to charge our lamp. Also, this is not USB-C. This is USB-A or whatever, the little like pentagram looking one. So that's interesting. Trapezoid is what I meant to say. Definitely not pentagram. I meant to say trapezoid. But I'm surprised. Everything's USB-C. I don't care. I know everybody's like, oh my goodness, it has to be USB-C. It doesn't. I don't care at all. There we go. Ah. And here we go. Hopefully. Yep. There we go. I guess I should have looked at the on-off. Oh, no, there we go. Boom. Ooh, that nice. Oh. There we go. There we go. That nice tungsten hue. It actually, it's funny. It's obviously, it's a lot more vibrant for you guys. Like you see like this nice glowing bulb. For me, this is a lot more accurate where it's like a thin piece of light. That's way more accurate for me. Like I can literally, it's just like a thin little thing. But for you guys, it's like, oh, it's like a glowing orb. That is not what it looks like at all. But you can obviously tell because if I turn it off, you get that. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Like I like how it shows up for you guys. And I like how it looks in general. I mean, it doesn't really bother me either way. I think it looks good and I'm not really gonna do much with it. But it does look nicer on camera than it does because it's like, oh, I see, like it looks, it's like it's illuminating just like in the actual game. And for me, it's like, oh, it's just a little tungsten itty bitty, like inch long thing. I don't know if that would even technically count as a full inch of light, but it looks great on camera. It's definitely glowing and everything, and it still looks absolutely amazing. And it's probably not going to be on too often. Also, I believe this is Alice, if I'm not mistaken. I remember seeing that. There we go. I believe that is Alice possibly from the original game. I have to actually confirm that, but because for anyone who doesn't know, the original actress for Alice unfortunately passed away. And I believe that this is based off of the model from the original game to kind of honor her. Could be wrong about that, but just letting you guys know, this is Alice either way, whether it's based on the new actress or not. This is actually Alice that is the angel lamp. So that is very cool. I absolutely love that. And we'll leave that on for now. As we get into the art, Alan Wake has a buttload of good art in general, especially if you're like me, you like photo mode and stuff and playing around with that. There's a lot to look at. Obviously coming off of Control, like they always do a lot of cool stuff. Also, I did get the Control art and making of book. I definitely should have grabbed my kunai for this, but I have that. You can check out my really old review of that. Also, if you can somehow manage to get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. I say it every single time I bring that up. Every single game should have a book like that, where it is not just an art book, it is the art and making of book. It is amazing. It's a bunch of insight and behind the scenes pictures and all sorts of stuff. It really is like every single game should have that for people that, nerds like me, where it's like, I really love this game. I would love to know more about it. Oh, that really sucks. My book is damaged. You can see that there. You see those little divots. Once again, we'll say scratches are okay. That is really weird. Well, that does affect it a lot more because it definitely messed up my book. So that bothers me a lot more than obviously the inside of the thing. But hey man, I'll get over it. But we got the art of Alan Wake 2. That is the first inside little piece. Obviously, I'm not going to go through this entire effing book, but there you go. I'll just randomly pick. Oh, actually. Oh, that's not the final back page, but here's what I thought was the very end. I just thought that looked nice with the red. One of my favorite things about this art book is that you could probably get this exact picture, which that has to be in game. I'm pretty sure 100% that this is an in-game shot. So that's really cool. You can actually recreate these shots. It says Cinema Theater, Jenna Sekula. If I pronounce that wrong, I do apologize. Yeah, all of this stuff is like you can do in the in-game photo mode. So I would highly recommend checking this out. These are all in the theater, so I'll flip to something else. Oh, of course, we got to go with the musical. Some shots there. I'm sure many of you, if you're watching this, you've probably seen the meme of the picture where someone just took a picture of Alan's face, like just from the bottom up, and it's huge. So I thought that was a great meme. That one. Let's see what else we got. We have The Dark Place by Nazareno Urbano. That would be this one here. So that looks really good. There you go. Not too much reflection for you guys. But I always love a good art book. Ooh, we have The Writer's Room by Marcus Lutero. Once again, hopefully I'm pronouncing everyone's names correctly. Reflections. There you go. There you go. But this is really nice. It's definitely, I love a decent like hardcover book. That's always one of my favorite things. And it's witty. I mean, it doesn't show. Yes, it does. So we have like, this is 155, 159. So we got like 162, I think. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you go with acknowledgements as well, we have 164 pages in this art book, and that is definitely amazing. And it's all really cool shots from inside the game. I mean, not everything is obviously in the actual game. Some of these are actual like art shots. Although, yeah, this is an art shot for sure. I think a lot of these really look like they're just in game. Okay, this one's definitely an art shot because it's showing someone with the FBI and their hood is actually up, which I wish you could do in the game. That would actually be kind of cool, just for aesthetic purposes. Of course, this is obviously not taken in photo mode because there's a bird just like right there. That's really cool. So this is awesome. I like this. Obviously, I love Alan Wake. I'm a huge Alan Wake fan. Have been since the first game. So obviously, Alan Wake 2 coming out. We have our FBC agent right there dealing with the lake house and the absolute madness of that. Different Alice Wake outfits was the other image that was on the other side there. We got our brothers, R.I.P. There we go. But yeah, I absolutely love this game. I have yet to play the final draft because part of me was waiting for this, and other part of me was just dealing with a bunch of crap where I couldn't stream and record and all that good stuff. But now I can. I got this. We got the game back. Here's some more awesome art. Definitely love both of those. This I feel like I've seen 100 million times, but that's just how Alan looks like all the time. I feel it's just like he's stressed. He's a stressed writer. He's a stressed man. And then here's like all the characters, which I think is nice. So I think that's really cool. I like the color scheme that they go with for the sort of teal and red. There is a foreword in here, but I'm not going to read all of that. There's the characters thing. I'm not going to read all that. And then there's some other stuff and most of this. The key art, of course. I think this is great key art. I actually really like this for the game. I always thought it looked really cool, and I was like, it's funny, having played through the game now, it's like, it's not just key art, it's like, this actually ties into the game because of like the imagery when you're walking through, and it's like, you get like the transparent images overlaid with either the dark place or the real world. It's like, oh, that's actually what this is. It's not just like, oh, we're showing Alan and we're showing Saga. It's like, no, it's basically like the mechanic of the game. I could be wrong, but I would assume that was their intent, to make it look like that, because that's what it does in game. So that's very cool. That is the art book. Well, there you go. The art book of Alan Wake 2. Sadly, with crunches on mine. Very unfortunate, but hey, I'll live. I got my lamp. I will find a way to survive. But this has been fun. I like these, of course, once again, just to get a nice little glimpse at those. I like that it's half matte, half shiny, because the moose and it's a bear. It's a homemade bear, so it looks a little different, but it's a bear. The moose is a little homemade too. If you look at the eyes, those are that's what we call wonky eyes right there. You just look at that, that's wonky. But I like it. I like the animals are matte, and then the characters in Coffee World is very shiny and reflective. We got our key, of course, art book. Oh, this beautiful thing. I feel like I got to be careful with it wherever I put it, because it's definitely light. So if I put it up on my shelf, I'm very scared that if I shake it, it has to be like in the center or on the edge or something. That's just straight up plastic, so that's nice. No warmth, so I don't feel any warmth right now. But this is absolutely amazing. I do have to be careful because I'm very scared of where I put it, because if I do bump the shelf and if it topples over, I'll be hurt. I'll be very hurt. I don't know where I get a 1-inch tungsten color light, but I'll figure it out. For Alan Wake, I'd figure that out. But it's very cool. I like that it has the USB option so that you can have it just sit somewhere plugged in. That's actually very nice. In fact, it could go right up there, because that little box that you guys are seeing, that also lights up. That is from Resident Evil 8. It is the only way I can explain. If you haven't played Resident Evil 8, this is going to sound weird, but that right there, that is a baby's head in a jar, because somehow they took a baby apart. Is Resident Evil, don't ask questions, but that lights up. I got that off of Etsy, so that lights up as well, and this might go up there right next to it, so I have my Alan Wake representation as well as Resident Evil. No, they can just sit right next to each other, because that's never getting bumped into, so it might go up there. It'll be nice and safe between like Jill and Leon. But I absolutely love this. It was definitely worth the wait. I love the art. I didn't really show that off too much, but there you go. You got the tree, and then the back. I love that I guess it would technically be considered embossed, because you can feel everything like come out. So I always love that. I always feel like that's one of those little bits of detail that I always appreciate. But absolutely amazing. I feel like it's only appropriate that I take this out. Oh dear, Dinah. Sadly, I don't have the mug. I didn't get the mug off at the Remedy store, and sadly, they have yet to bring it back. They have yet to bring it back. I thought they were when they were like, hey, we're shutting it down. I'm like, hey, maybe they're gonna have like an international shipper, and it won't just ship from them, and they can get some sort of service going. I hope that does end up happening at some point. Who knows? Maybe we have to wait for Firebreak to come out. Maybe we have to wait for the Max Payne remakes to come out. But I really do hope that we end up getting another shot at buying official Remedy merch, because let me tell you, for years I wanted official Remedy merch, because you just couldn't get it. There was nothing they get for Max Payne. There was nothing they get for Alan Wake. And then one day they were just like, hey, we got a store. And it was like, holy crap, you can buy things. Unfortunately, this was tough. This was tough. It was that I got this from I Am 8-Bit. Other people were fortunate enough to get it from other locations, but I got it from I Am 8-Bit on the second run. That first time, I was hurt. That first time, it literally sold out within like 3 seconds. But this time I got it, and a lot of other people were still hurt, unfortunately, because they had like 8 for sale or something. Like, it was insane. It was very unfortunate that they had such a small amount. I don't know what the unfortunate issue was. I think it's the fact that they teamed up with, I think Aram is the name of the company. Yeah. So I think that was a part of, like that company deciding how many they would make. So it's unfortunate that it was such a limited amount. And it's just an unfortunate thing in general. It's kind of just kind of how things are, sadly, when it comes to being able to get Remedy merch. It's a little tough. So I'm happy to have what little bits and pieces they decide to throw our way, and I was very fortunate enough to get this. Very happy to have this now, as well as the art book for Alan Wake 2. Having my Alan Wake 1 collector's edition, I actually bought that off of eBay, so I didn't have that originally. For years and years, I just had the original game until I just decided to go online, and I was like, I got that. I have the strategy guide somewhere around here. It's down there. It is. It's down over there. So I ended up buying like the strategy guide and stuff, like brand new, which was super weird. It was like in the plastic and everything. So I got the collector's edition. I got the strategy guide for the first game. At some point, I'm gonna get like some of the Max Payne stuff. I saw the strategy guide for Max Payne 1, and it was so old, and it's all in black and white, and I was just like, I just don't think I want to spend the money right now. So at some point, I'll end up picking up like some of the Max Payne strategy guides and stuff like that, because I love me some Max Payne as well. So Remedy being my favorite developer, I am very excited for what we're going to be getting from Firebreak. I hope we get some actual like story details from that. Been loving all things Alan Wake 2 and all the DLC. I'm very excited to officially get into the final draft. So of course, you guys will be seeing this somewhere, either on the table or in the background lit up somewhere as I'm playing through the final draft. If you guys want to check that out, that'll be on my streaming channel first, but it'll be on this main channel after that. But this is good. I'm very happy to have this. I'm very happy it didn't take 100 million years. That can certainly happen when it comes to limited run games. It can take a billion years, and I'm happy it was just good. Like, we got this. It was good. Like I said, I had my very odd mishap, which is still absolutely insane. Like, I can't really comprehend what could cause this to happen. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So that's confusing to me, how that could possibly happen while it's packaged. Something happened. Dark Place got in there for a second. We'll leave it at that. But it's good. I'll get over the book. I won't even really think about it much. I got the lamp. Honestly, the lamp was like the number one thing. It was like, you get the lamp, you get happy. It's good. It's just good. So I'm happy to have more Alan Wake 2 stuff. I would love to know what you guys thought about this. If you weren't able to pick this up, I'm sure you could spend $100 million on eBay to get it for resale. I don't know if I'd personally recommend it, but maybe over time it'll go down. I unfortunately don't think that there will be a rerun of this. And so that's kind of just an unfortunate situation. But maybe one day we'll just have more merch. That's all we can really hope for in general, whether it's, repeats of some of the stuff that I have in front of me or just brand new stuff. Hopefully that's what we get. There's definitely some stuff that I still wish I got from the Remedy store. I didn't get the Oh Dear Diner mug, although you can definitely find that on Etsy and find a decent enough copy. The thing that I'm really upset that I didn't end up buying was the Bright Falls sweatshirt. It was very simple, and for a long time I was like, yeah, it looks kind of cool. And that's the thing for 100% where I'm like, I wish I bought that sweatshirt. I bought a couple of shirts. I got a Control shirt. I have like the Deerfest t-shirt as well. You can see that if you go back and watch like some of my other Alan Wake stuff, you'll see me in those. And obviously, I got this hat. But yeah, I wish I got that Bright Falls sweatshirt so bad. It's super plain. It's definitely one of those things where it's so plain that you just have to know what it's from to know what it's from. And I was like, I actually kind of like it. It was just beige, and I think it was yellow. I think the text was yellow, and it had like almost like a green outline to all the lettering. And I wish I got that so bad. I was like, dang, I should have pulled the trigger on that one. But that's life. C'est la vie. You get what you get. You don't get what you don't get. It's life. But for now, I'm happy. I'm happy to have this stuff. I'll figure out a good spot to put my key, or maybe I'll just keep it safe in the box, which may or may not be super safe based on what we've seen so far. But I'm happy to have all of this. Like I said, I would love to know what you guys thought about the items that came in this, the lights, obviously, the little trinkets here and there, and of course the art book. What would you guys like to see as far as merch? Anything Remedy. It doesn't have to technically just be Alan Wake. I can tell you 100%, and I don't know. It's a dream beyond dreams. We got this, and what I'm about to say is insane. You're probably already thinking you might be on the same wavelength. But Control 2 is coming out, and I would imagine the main weapon for Control 2 is going to be the same main weapon from Control 1. Now, I don't know how long it would take or what the mechanics would be to make a little blocky, movable Lego type weapon. I've seen someone do it online. First off, I've already seen that happen. So if Control 2 comes out, makes a ridiculous amount of money, which I really hope it does, maybe, much like this beautiful replica, we can finally get the director's weapon. I would love that. Even if it didn't transform, if it was just the director's weapon, I'd be happy with that. Like, just let the barrel spin. Like, that's like my one little thing. Whenever someone does like replica guns, if you don't do like the trigger, like the hammer pulling back and the trigger pulling, at least let the chain, just let it spin. At least that's all I need to see, because it does that a lot in the actual game. So I feel like that's almost like a required function. But you know, if it has like trigger function and you can pull it back, even if they aren't, you know, in tandem, I wish it should, because it's a gun. But if you don't want to do all that, just let me just spin the thing and just click the trigger. That's all I want. Director's weapon. I don't know where I would put it, but that thing would be in a bulletproof case, because I would not want that to break. As much as I like this, having the director's weapon just as like an actual like 1/1 scale replica would be amazing. I don't know if that'll happen, but make sure everyone buys Control 2, and maybe they'll just be like, here you go. If they do a collector's edition and they say, hey, we're doing the weapon, I will 100% buy the collector's edition of Control 2. Once again, that is a dream beyond dreams, because I genuinely don't see that happening. But I also never would have expected a physical collector's edition of Alan Wake 2. They were barely doing physical to begin with. They literally weren't in the beginning. So this was kind of crazy in itself. Maybe we can dream, like, especially with them getting more and more popularity, like from Control to Alan Wake 2 and going forward. And hopefully Firebreak does do a good job, and you know, that gets even more people in with it being multiplayer focused. I hope, you know, those of us that have already been entrenched in the Remedyverse for like over 13 years now get a couple of answers. I like some stuff because I got some more questions based off of, you know, the Lake House DLC. So hopefully get some more answers there. But if that does well, and then of course Control 2 comes out, if they give us the option, hands down, I'm gonna go crazy. You're gonna see a review, and I will be like, hey, the director's weapon. So I hope we get that option. I hope someone, if that doesn't end up happening, someone just decides, hey, I can easily make a bunch of replicas and I'll buy something off of them, because I think the person that made it wasn't selling it. They just made it like their own thing. And you can look that up on Twitter, and you can find it, I'm sure. But I hope we get that. That's like the one thing I can think of. I don't know what they would do for Max Payne, unless it was just like figures or something like that for a collector's edition of that, which I'd probably also buy because it's Max Payne. But all things Remedy, all things great. So thank you guys for checking this out. Like I said, we'd love to know your thoughts on this collector's edition, what you guys would like to see in the future for all things Remedy, collector's editions, physical, all that good stuff. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.